Hello, and welcome back to the Inner Circle Chronicles. Today, I am so thrilled to have a dynamic duo with me. This power couple has been navigating life and the entrepreneurial landscape together for 8 extraordinary years. Paige, a force to be reckoned with, has not only successfully launched, built up, and sold her own vintage clothing e-commerce shop, but has also played a pivotal role in co-founding 2 innovative startups with her partner Dan. Dan, with a double major in maths and statistics, is a licensed builder by trade with a passion for coding. Together, Dan and Paige are a passionate and driven partnership that has led to the establishment of Friends With That, Timewire, and Studio Boucle. First, let's talk about Timewire, Dan's baby. He's purposefully engineered this trailblazing app to streamline tradies' admin tasks. It's revolutionizing the timesheet and invoicing processes for contractors. It's not just an app, it's a game changer. It automates tasks to streamline the day-to-day operations of tradies. And as a bookkeeper for tradies, I say thank you, Dan. Friends With App is a social commerce platform designed for modern-day shoppers, utilizing the best parts of social media and e-commerce, encouraging social styling and rewarding customers. And if that's not impressive enough, Studio Boucle, Paige and Dan's newest brainchild, is making waves. Imagine exclusive designs that capture the essence of modern living. Their feature product, the beautifully crafted cloud frame bed surround, is a testament to their commitment to blending artistry with functionality. So whether you're into luxury homewares and high-end fashion, cutting-edge apps, or you're just curious to know how the heck they put up with each other 24/7, let's welcome Paige and Dan as we dive into their entrepreneurial journey, the highs, the challenges, and everything in between. Hi guys!
Hello.
Hello.
Thank
Long
you.
time listener, first time guest.
Oh my
It's great to have you guys. This is really exciting.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you for having us.
This will be our first podcast, so we're so excited to hear what sort of questions you have for us.
Seeing how it works on the other side.
Well, I
Yes.
think my listeners are probably all sick of the sound of my voice, so your voices will be most welcome. Okay, well, let's crack into this. I've got many questions for you guys. So can you share with us how you guys got into the whole entrepreneurship gig? What's the story behind starting not just one, but multiple businesses together?
So we've both always known that we would create a business together. We had previously run our own businesses individually, so it was sort of a no-brainer to join together on something that utilised both of our skills.
I think Paige is obsessed with me, so just having the time after work. Wasn't enough for her, so we decided, hey, we'll work together.
Absolutely not.
Great answer, love it. Well, question 2 kind of leads off from that. So what sparked the idea of diving into these businesses together?
The Studio Boucle started because we
I
saw
found a beard that I wanted.
inspiration online and we saw the price and I said, that's way too much. I could build that for you.
It was a $10,000 beard and I loved it, the design of it. It was linen and really thick and plush, and basically Dan said I could build that and I said okay, go on then.
And 2 days later the bed was there.
Yeah, 2 days later the bed was there, the
And
video
I still
went
had
viral.
10 grand in my bank.
Yeah.
We
And-
videoed it and it went viral on TikTok.
Yeah, and basically everything started from there.
A lot of
Everyone
messages
was
said,
saying please sell these beards, it's also my dream beard, and so then we just decided to start the business from that.
and Friends With That started because I'd previously coded an app called Height Check, which helped trucks navigate around low bridges when they had high loads on, and my coding experience from that pretty much led me into other projects, and then Paige's strong knowledge of fashion and social media, we just joined them together to create Friends With That.
Yeah, we basically just sat down and thought, how can we incorporate both of our passions and skills into one business that we can work on together? And I started doing all the sales, design, marketing, basically everything that was the creative side, and then Dan did all of the technical coding
To make
side
it
of
happen.
to make it happen. So yeah.
And then all of a sudden we had the social media app we were trying to pump out to everyone.
And so how did you get from building bed frames to the cloud frame bed?
Yeah.
We
so,
were running into issues with the weight of the beds that I was making, because the price to send them around the country, even just within New Zealand, was the same price as we were selling the beds. So that was obviously going to be a sticky point for our customers.
Yeah, and then we started doing research into lighter products and discovered that you can make bed frames out of foam, and the foam is compressible into small boxes. So when we realized that, we started looking into how we can get our beds manufactured, and it would also mean minimal labor on our behalf, because at that point we were building them by hand, upholstering them, delivering them, assembling them. So it was very time consuming and hard to grow. Yeah,
It wasn't scalable.
no, it wasn't.
So we designed new ones
designed
so
new
we could
ones.
scale them.
Yeah, and that
And we
was
tried
a
to
very
keep
long.
it as close to the originals as possible.
Yeah.
So we use very high density foam, which is still quite heavy, but it just makes it look exactly like.
Yeah, yeah, you can put all your body weight on the frame, whereas there are other designs that crumble, they're just sort of pillow material. But we wanted ours to still be really high quality and still give off that luxury feel the way they do when we
We build them by hand.
So, being a builder, building apps, building businesses, building everything with your partner must have some cool perks. What has been the best part of building businesses together?
Spending time together. When you get breakthroughs
Yeah.
is the best, because you just think this opportunity will never come our way, and then all of a sudden it has.
Yeah, and I think the accomplishment of like building something together, we get to put all of our passions and like goals into one thing and then create something out of that together. Which I
Yeah,
think
it's
is-
to see what happens with it is the biggest thing.
Yeah, we just
Being dreamers is the biggest drive for us, I think.
yeah, we just get to build the life that we want together.
Exactly. Do what we're loving, so
Mm.
we never hate our jobs again.
Yeah.
Well, on the flip side, what are some hurdles that you've faced as partners in life and business? How did you navigate through them?
We've had a lot of issues that have come up, but obviously with everything being quite different in terms of our skill set, it seems easier to navigate through things because of trust and communication. Like if Dan makes a really hard call on something, I trust that, and same
Vice versa with
goes.
marketing stuff.
Yeah, I mean we've had quite a few issues with logistics through Studio Boucle.
Yep. We've had problems with third-party software having bugs in it.
Yes.
I guess just when the problems come up, if it's to deal with people, Paige really deals with it. If it's to deal with some software, then I guess I kind of take the lead with that. Paige is more the face of the company, and I'm more behind
Yeah, behind
of
the
each
scenes.
company, really.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of shipping issues and issues with third parties, how do you keep each other from freaking out when things don't go to plan?
I think what we did is we both stopped what we're focusing on at that time, and we'll both dive in and try and tackle that issue together, whether that be just brainstorming, having new ideas, contacting other people to get their opinion on it, try and find someone who's more of an expert in that area to help us solve that problem, because we can't move forward until that problem's solved.
Yes, that's very true.
And I think we've done that a few times with almost every issue we have. We'll try and contact someone for a bit of help, because we're still learning, and everyone's still learning, and the people we're talking to sometimes are still learning, and they might be like, this is a new issue I've never seen, and then we'll solve it together.
Yeah.
They're better off for it, and we're better off for it.
Yes.
So, for example, when you had an issue with a software provider, how did you guys tackle that together?
A lot of back and forwards, I think.
We had a lot of back and forth, but we understood what the issue was. It was on their side and not ours. So we really stood our ground with our communication with them and just kept reiterating it, because it was a third party software, we were the customer, so obviously we're always right, and we knew we were, so we were paying them a lot of money and we needed that issue fixed, and because we were going back and forth and them trying to get us to try new things, we already knew it was on their end and then they needed to solve it.
Yeah, and it was making our product look bad, so we were both taking it really
We were
seriously,
getting the grunt
of
it.
making sure that we resolved it fast. And to be honest, we didn't actually end up resolving that. Our resolution for that was cancelling our subscription with that company and rebuilding the software ourselves. So
Yes, that's right.
so
So I guess-
sometimes it doesn't always.
I guess sometimes we fix it by doing it ourselves.
Yeah, a lot of time we do that.
Yeah.
Start from scratch and do
Yeah.
it the way you guys want it done.
More work for me.
Yeah.
So maintaining the work-life balance can be tricky when you're working like a normal 9 to 5 in an office. So it must be even more so when you're both involved in the same business. So how do you establish those boundaries between your personal and professional life?
Well, sometimes we don't. Sometimes
Yeah.
we'll work a lot. When we're about to launch Friends with app, we're working
Yeah,
pretty much every second
Absolutely.
we're awake, and
crazy hours.
I think we figured out that that's not what we wanted to do. So now sometimes it might be midday on a Tuesday and it's sunny, and we say, hey, laptop down, we're going out to the beach.
Yeah, we basically like we're all in. One of us has to take this step of like, hey, we've worked really hard this week. Let's put the laptop down. Let's go out for lunch, or let's go enjoy the sunshine, or
Well, we can, because this is
yeah,
sometimes we don't have all the money coming in directly, so we have to reward ourselves in other ways. So
yeah. I guess it's just it is definitely something that we're working on, the work-life balance. But we're not doing too bad. We're doing pretty well.
very well.
Making that conscious decision to stop and step away from the computer, especially in the age where we've got phones and laptops and iPads,
Mm.
to be able to actually walk away is
Yes,
a decision you have to kind of physically make.
absolutely.
You also have the pressure of everything has to work out, and that's constantly going through your head, and then you realise that pressure's only really coming from yourself. So when you can figure that out and you can say, hey, if we can take the afternoon off and start again tomorrow,
Yeah.
you can start more refreshed and it's easier the next day.
Yeah, I guess reminding yourself your mind is the most important thing. So if you're not 100% in and you're just sitting there slaving over your laptop all day, but you're not really there mentally, then
Yeah,
you're not actually getting what you need to be getting done.
not
So-
necessarily giving the 100%.
Yeah.
Speaking of, life does get crazy. I mean, especially in the entrepreneurial hustle. So do you have any secret strategies or rituals that you'd like to share that kind of ensure your relationship, working and otherwise, remains strong amid the chaos?
Yeah, something we do is a weekly debrief, and it's usually over a wine or like a beach walk. And we just debrief on how we're going mentally, how our work's going individually, and like any new goals or strategies that we have. We just communicate everything, hey?
Yep, what we're going to focus on.
Yeah, and we always leave feeling so inspired and motivated. It's like,
Sometimes we leave the beach walk with another business idea.
yeah, like quite often. And we just always thinking of new ideas, and even if it's just implementing new ideas for our current businesses, just having that communication and speaking about all of our goals and things that we want to achieve, I think really helps.
Yeah, definitely.
Decision making is a crucial aspect of running a business. How do you guys tackle those big decisions together? What's your playbook for handling those inevitable disagreements when it comes to making the big decisions?
I guess we just know each other's roles, so when something does come up and we need to make a decision, I know whether that's going to be Paige's call or I know when it will be my own call, in terms of how
We deal with it.
we deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I think we always communicate and get each other's perspective on things, but at the end of the day, we both sort of know where we sit on like who's going to make the final call, and you just weigh things up and make it. So we don't really struggle with that
Yeah, we've
in
never
our
struggled.
business.
But yeah, you're right. We always discuss it, but
Yeah,
it's always
it's always the trust. It comes down to trust. It's like, I trust you and making that call. I wouldn't really feel comfortable making it, but this is my input on from
Yeah.
how I see it.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys often circle back to the trust and the communication. You talk about it, you know where each other stands, and you trust each other to make the right decision.
Yeah, because we are very different and our minds work very differently. So it's,
I guess the building blocks for us working together in business is just having a good relationship. So
So for all the couples out there thinking about working together, what little nuggets of advice would you have for them?
just going off what I've just said, make sure your relationship's strong before you start.
yeah.
And
100%.
set boundaries and set roles, I think.
Yeah, I think the roles is the super important thing, because it's something that we don't often think about. Like, these questions have been kind of confronting because I have never really thought about it, but then, and it sounds quite, our answers almost sound a bit cheesy, or like we're making this up, but like
That's
we just
really what it is.
that is
yeah.
just what it is. We just don't. Our roles are so different that we don't really overlap, so it is easy. Whereas I think if you were both
If we
had
were
the same
both
skill
working in
set,
marketing, then we'll probably
we
butt
would
heads.
definitely not agree.
But for me, I don't really have a clue for marketing.
Yeah,
So
and I have no
I step back when it's a
passion
decision
towards
of
the
that.
technical side. So all I give you is advice on how I want things to look, how I'd like them to function to an extent, but you do the rest of it. I just give you my ideas, tell you how to make it look, and then you implement it. So yeah, it just doesn't
Complements each other pretty well.
So I guess just jump in and give it a go and see how.
I
how you
wouldn't
like
throw
it.
everything at it first.
Yeah.
I'd ease into it to see how it works. Maybe start a small project together
Yeah, I would do something on the
on the
side,
side.
at first, which is what we did as well.
Yeah.
But just like slowly chip away at it, and maybe don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Well, we've talked about this before. Communication is key, right? Are there any specific practices like your walks or communication strategies, anything like that you've found particularly helpful in maintaining that working relationship?
We had a business mentor.
Oh yeah.
I guess that was helping us
Yeah.
to really use these tools to get through things.
Yeah.
Having a third party, really, I guess.
Yeah, in the crucial stages of our business of Friends With, we had a business mentor, and she gave us all these tools that we had never even thought to use, and a lot of it was road mapping, and obviously we'd already done our business plan, but it was like walking through that business plan and like making sure it aligns all the time, not just
Yep.
like writing it and then leaving it.
Seeing the bigger picture, really.
Yeah, and then also we would come together with all of the things that we would discuss, and then we'd have another person to just throw everything at and say, hey, this is what we've been doing. What do you think? Are we on the right track? And she would sort of just, I don't know, even just encourage us. It was like a sounding board.
Because you can get tunnel vision on some
Yeah.
things, and you can overlook simple things which are actually a problem. We're like, are we targeting the right audience? And
Exactly. I think if you have a network of people in this similar field, then just to communicate within that network is amazing. But if you don't, then a business mentor, for lots of reasons, is a great person to kind of communicate with. And I think that everything is just about throwing out your ideas and getting feedback. A lot of it is communicating with people around you, like
Yeah.
friends and family.
we also go to a lot of the networking events around Auckland
Mm.
City, and that's just useful,
Yes.
bouncing ideas off other people and seeing what they're doing, and
Yeah.
I guess it
absolutely.
gives us drive as well as helps us solve some problems.
Yeah, it does. You always feel really inspired after leaving those events and just networking, meeting people that do similar things to you.
Yeah, I think sometimes seeing people that have succeeded in areas that you want to succeed in can be quite inspiring.
100%.
Looking into the crystal ball, what's the grand plan for you guys? Any exciting future aspirations, personally, professionally? Give us the goals.
We have had a goal of moving all of our work directly online, so we can work from anywhere. And we
Yeah.
had working from Bali in mind. Maybe even buying a caravan driving around Australia with a Starlink internet,
Yeah, nice.
working from absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, I guess we really want to travel and work at the same time. So if we get the flexibility to do that, that would be the ultimate goal. And basically just grow our businesses so that they are recognized. Like we really want our businesses to just be, our beds be stocked in stores, and our
Apps be used by
apps.
random people.
Yeah.
We had a dream of bumping into some random people and having them show us the app, and then us being able to say we made that.
Yeah.
That was one of our
That
goals.
was one of our goals, but then that exact thing has happened with us
With the
for
beds.
Studio Boucle. We have strangers coming up to us saying, "Oh my God, are you the girl who makes the cloud beds?" And it happened to us in Australia, and it was
At
the
the gym in
craziest
Australia,
experience.
That's cool.
Receptionist
Little
at
celeb
the-
moment.
Receptionist at the gym said, "I know you."
And she said, "I love your bed so much, and I've been saving for it." And we were like, "Wow, that is incredible."
Very cool moment. Very cool moment.
Yeah. So I guess just keep growing and evolving.
So that happens every day.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celeb status. Okay, and just before we finish off, you guys have spoken about roles. How crucial do you think it is to have those official roles set out?
Oh, incredibly crucial.
Incredibly crucial. I think it's crucial also because it's gonna save you a lot of time. Because if I went and did a marketing campaign, Pages is gonna go straight in, cross all of it out, and start again. So all the time I spent doing it would just be a waste of time. So I also wouldn't expect her to go onto my computer and write all the code because I'd be crossing that out also.
So I think it's just important to evaluate your individual skills and see who is the most
Strongest in that area.
strong.
See, and if there's any points within the business that's lacking, we kind of assign one person to take charge of that role. So obviously in Studio Berkeley there's a lot of customer service, there's a lot of questions and stuff that go to it, and Paige will obviously handle that a lot better than me. She understands more of what the customer's looking for. She understands more of the product.
She's the people person.
She's the people person. I can't spell. So.
Okay, so if listeners want to check out your live businesses you've got going at the moment, where can they find you?
For Studio Berkeley, it's www.studioberkeley.com, and we're Studio Berkeley Co on Instagram and TikTok.
And for TimeWire, it is www.timewire.ai, or you can just search us on the Apple Store.
Awesome. Well, folks, that wraps up another fantastic episode of the Inner Circle Chronicles. A massive thank you to Dan and Paige for giving us a sneak peek into their world. Don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty inspired after hearing about their journey. High-end fashion, killer apps, curated furniture. These two do it all. So make sure you check out TimeWire and Studio Berkeley. And if you're anything like me, you've picked up some valuable insights and maybe a few tricks to navigating those dual worlds of business and love. I think my key takeaways from this are trust, communication, and making sure you revisit your business plan. Treat it like a living document so you remember where you're heading. Thanks again, guys, for sharing today, and thanks for inviting me into your beautiful home. For you guys listening, Paige and Dan have a beautiful home at the beach, so if you've heard waves or birds in the background, now you know why. And remember, if you enjoyed today's episode, give us a virtual high five by liking, subscribing, sharing, however you want to show the love. Stay tuned for more fascinating conversations with incredible individuals who are rocking the business world in their own unique ways. Until next time, this is Tiffany from the Inner Circle Chronicles signing off. Keep chasing those dreams, and we'll catch you on the flip side.